Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then hi! As you know, I've not been very well this week, and I really had no idea what I was going to do for videos either. But these fell through my door, through my letterbox, and I thought, oh, let's play with some clay. Now, I love playing with clay. It relaxes me. It just takes my mind off things. I think it's the whole just squishing. Yeah, the art of squishing. And I just wanted to say thank you for everybody that's left me messages, sent me emails, whatever, to see if I'm alright. I am. I just picked up a rotten bug. I've still got a bad headache, and my guts are a bit bleh. But I'm alright. I'll live. I'll stop being mardy soon. I do get a bit mardy when it comes to my head and my stomach. Anyway, I thought I'm going to give these a go. Now, I'm not very good with coloured clay. The white stuff, I can do whatever I like with it. I like playing with the white stuff. The super sculpey. But coloured, I do find it a little bit of a... I don't know. It feels different. It seems to be more squishy. Too squishy, if you ask me. Whereas the super sculpey is just right. It's not too hard to knead, and it's not too melty. That's what this feels like, melty. But it's also better than the Fimo one, because that's really hard to get my hands on. It's a bit tough. Now, I did make a boo-boo, so I just cut a little roll, a little snake, and put it on the side just to make it whole again. And I don't really use clay cutters either. So this is new for me. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've used bigger ones before, but not mini ones. And these, when they dropped through the door, also came with a little mini book mould. I have done the book mould, not in this video, but I shall pop it up in my post. It's adorable, because I put some little tiny flowers on it too. And it's only a practice book. I just wanted to see what it looked like, 'cause I had no idea. I didn't know if it had got pages or anything like that. So this set is going to be a little set of earrings. I don't wear earrings, so I don't know who I'm making them for, or even why I'm doing earrings, because, well, I make a couple of pin badges too. But I suppose these could also be put onto a necklace as a pendant, or even build up a picture. Oh, ooh. A picture. Oh dear, I've just gave myself a little idea. I've used my little pokey tool to make some holes so I can put a metal ring through. And now I'm going to be using the teeny tiny what looks like a bowl and a vase, I think. Now, you'd think with me not being able to see properly, I wouldn't be so fascinated by tiny stuff, but I am. I like tiny stuff. And the smaller the better. Only painting things like this, picking them up and making sure they're right is a bit difficult. So I really am going to have to invest in a magnifying glass. So if this looks a bit rough and ready, it is rough and ready, because one, it's my first time using teeny tiny moulds. Two, it's coloured clay and it's a bit of a pain in the bum for me. And three, it's teeny tiny. I can't see. But that's not stopping me. I just love them. And that came off a dream. I've cleaned my tile. Well, cleaned it as much as I could scrape off, so I could actually put this straight into my little oven. It's brilliant having my little oven outside of me. I keep warm too. Although earlier on I got that warm, I'd got me big hoodie on with my Jack Skeleton, and then thought, I'm either having a hot do or someone's put heating on, not realising I'm sat right next to the little oven. I wasn't having a personal summer, I was just getting too warm. So I'm also going to be making a little bush type thing to go in the vase. No, not the vase. The bowl. And I'm going to be making teeny tiny books and teeny tiny leaves. Can you tell I like teeny tiny? This clay is from the works in the UK. It's cheap as chips. So I thought I'm going to use this first and see how I go. And I'm also going to try my Super Sculpey to make the little pin badges. Pin badges? Is that the right word? Or just badges? Or pins? I don't know now. I'm confused myself. Is it pin badges? Or is it pins? Or is it badges? Well, anyway, this is green. And these are going to be my leaves and my vines. And these leaves are super tiny. They're just little dots, basically, that I'm going to squish and then pop onto the vines, just to make it look like there's a plant pot in the pot. There's a plant in the pot. I'm at it again. I'm sorry. Talking waffle. And you'll have to excuse me because I do really still have a headache and it's really doing my head in. And I noticed that I had to cut these down a little bit because they're a bit too long for the actual space they're in. And they fit perfect after that. So all I did with my finger was just flatten them and then scoop them up and tiny point on the end if I could get hold of them. Thank you to my members. You are all awesome sauce and I appreciate you greatly. Thank you to my subscribers, new and old. And thank you for those who watched to the end. Because those who watch to the end are the ones who help us out the most. Liking and commenting and hyping is also good. Because that silly algorithm keeps changing. And we never know if we're doing the right thing. But they are always the right things. Watching to the end, liking, commenting is great. Thank you. So I have to try and make it the same on both sides, which I hadn't realised that doesn't make them the opposite. It's the same thing in the earring. I like things to face the opposite way when it's in your ears. So I have to work that out somehow. I may have to faff with them myself if I go and make any more. Although I think they're a bit big. I think they are. They're a bit big for earrings. Although some people like Bet Lynch not Bet Lynch, Pat Butcher type earrings. And if you don't know who Pat Butcher is, she was in EastEnders and she had massive earrings. They were huge. And these are to represent the books. And I will cut a little line, top and bottom, to make it look like they've got that gold binding, and I will be putting a little bit of colour on. I wish after I'd finished I had painted the whole thing after and not just left the colours, but I think that's a me thing. I like to paint polymer clay, but that's because I normally use just white. So I don't know, I think these colours are a bit too bold, but they'll do for now. I just liked playing around. I mean, I do admit the pink is nice for a blossom, and I kind of made a few little blossoms on my book that I'm going to put on a post. When I've done all the books, I'll make sure that everything's neat and tidy, and then stick it in my oven and cook it per the package instructions, which is, for mine in particular, 15 minutes at 130. But I always leave it in for 30 minutes. I do. I don't know why I do. It's just habit. And it don't make any difference. It's still the same. I don't burn it that way either. these books end up looking really cute, especially with the little lines in. That vase, I wanted to put a tall flower in, and I put them in the wrong place. I should have put it in the side bit where the pink books are. I could have put like a daisy in it or a rose. Not that I've ever done a rose with polymer clay, but I could make one look like one. So I've not got much to do now. Just a little bit for the book, one more book, and two more books, and the little indents to finish off, and they will go to get cooked. You can see they're so small, and I do have some other little cutters to do foods. It would be so good to do foods. Make some keychains or something. Would you like to see some foods done? Maybe. You'd have to let me know. Do you like seeing little miniature things being made? I am still working on getting the house started. The attic started, but I just got set back a bit. Obviously, we're not being very well. But yeah, do you want to see any more little mini things like this done? Maybe keychains or little pictures? I think I quite like the idea of doing little pictures. Like little room pictures. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I'm just trying to straighten out that bowl on the top shelf and putting a line in to make it look like it's got a rim. And I had to do it again with the bottom ones too. So we've got 2 vases, 4 bowls, and lots of tiny books. Now, I have got some water-based acrylic varnish and the teeny tiniest brush in the world. So tiny, I really can't see the actual brush end. I'm guessing. And I'm using some metallic micas mixed in, so then it's colouring and sealing at the same time. But I don't want it all painted over with this. Just enough to give some detail and just a little bit of a highlight on the actual shelving themselves. And I'm going to be using a gold as well. And I do that on the white ones. Well, on one of the white ones. Not sure if I like it on the white one. In fact, I'm not even sure I like the white at all. Maybe I should have just added a bit of brown to it. I don't know. I did try to marble the house-shaped one in a very light pink, and then realised after that it won't really show up because the pink in the books. It was a bit of a daft move. So I'm using the gold to highlight the bottom frame, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pentagon. Yeah, 5. Was it 5? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4. I keep moving it. 6 hexagon. There we go. I can't count. Don't know my shapes. Did I say I failed maths? Because I did. How I ended up working in education, I have no idea. So, what do you think to that one? I'm not sure about it with the gold. I think it, I don't know, distracts. I'm not sure. But I'm putting that gold in each book. It's very, very tiny. And it's hardly visible on camera, but you can see it in the actual pieces themselves in real life. I just thought it'd make the book look a little bit more book-like. Oh dear, book-like. Okay. And I also put a plant on that one that was totally different like a bit of cactus type thing, aloe vera maybe, and I made my bowls, my jugs, and my bowls, my jugs, they weren't jugs, bottles, bars, there we go, a little bit golder. Ay. And this paintbrush was from Temu, got a pack of 6 I think. Dirt cheap and so thin, great for doing tiny stuff. And that one, is that a vase? Yes it is, but I've got the vase on top with the leaves hanging down. Now my daughter said she liked that one better, so I don't know. And this frame I'm just putting a little bit of the colour in, not too much, just to bring out the pinkish shade in it, but it didn't really show up that much. But for a first time doing teeny tiny stuff with teeny tiny things, I quite liked it. Now I forgot all about these two, that they needed a bit of a shimmer on them too, to match the actual shelving. So I did that. Oh, got no focus again. I'm really struggling with camera angles. So now I've found all my pin badges that I needed. Now I need 2 earring backs, and these are all stainless steel. Because I know myself, I get an allergy to certain types of metal. I mean, I've got a ring on my finger now and underneath it's green. And I think stainless steel's better for anybody that has got that kind of allergy. So I'm using UV from, where's it from? That helps. Apex resin, that's it. And this is the stuff that I won from Tina at Paul's Resin with Love. And I like it. It doesn't have that icky smell. You know, when it's cooking, it's nice. It's nice to work with too. In fact, I think I've used nearly a whole bottle already. Oops. I shall put Tina's channel in my description. And I'm coating this back, not realising I'm a bit too close to the light, so I had to move it. And this is when I'm going to put my pin on. Now, I put it up a little bit higher, because I prefer them higher than in the middle. It's easy to fasten them to yourself. Well, I think it is anyway. And I drop a bit more on so I can get it all the way around. And every now and again you'll probably see it a bit slimy, and that's because I'm too close. So this one, I thought, I'll lift this one up. Makes more sense. Get it out at light. So that's 2 pin badges and a set of earrings. And this UV will actually strengthen the polymer clay, so it's not so breakable. Because polymer clay can break if you're not careful with it. So I'm just cooking up them now, and for some strange reason I decided to put the actual earring faces straight down into the clay. So of course it's picked it all up, and now I've got to clean it all off. Made a right mess, but it wipes off easy enough. And I got it all over that one too, so I had to clean that one. But it's the rings. I found a decent size almost straight away out of all my little rings. So it worked well, but I want to put some UV just on these ones because I want them to shine as much as the rest. I also want them to be quite stable. And also, if anybody who wore them was inclined, they could also undo the ring and pop something else on. Maybe? I don't know. So I'm just letting them all cook, and then for some reason I lost some footage. You do not see me putting these together properly. because the camera just decided to say, nope, not today. So yes, I have lots of discount codes below for all sorts of companies. So if you're ever buying something, have a quick look. You might be able to save yourself something. My theory is the more discount codes, the better for people. If you can save a few pennies, why not? So yeah, I'd already got that through, and I think I just started to get that through, and the camera went, nope. So yeah, they're done. I think they're quite sweet when I get them into actual shot, because again, camera's too close. And tell me which one you like. Do you like them as earrings? Should I make them as pendants? Should I do the food? Let me know what you think in the comments. Have a look at the pictures and I shall see you later. Thank you for watching. Bye!